everyone, I am Cadet Vihan and welcome back to another podcast of You Are Limitless, You Are Limitless. And today we are joined by Senior Under Officer G. Prem Kritika and we'll be learning more about her experiences as we go on. First of all, I would like to welcome you on our podcast today, ma'am.
Thank you very much for inviting me here.
Ma'am, आप RDC को 2 times गए हैं and many people say that this is a very difficult camp and very difficult process. And आप 2 times गए is a really big thing. How did you manage this? Could you just elaborate on your journey? आपका experience क्या क्या था and आपके events क्या क्या थे?
Well, मैं as a JW, I was first interested in firing, but later on after IGC, I was rejected in that. So that's when I got to know about RDC from my seniors back then in school, and that's when I decided that I wanted to try for this. So, when I started out, I didn't know much about what exactly RDC was. But then I think I had very good instructors to guide me through. And when I started out, in the first, the main preference was only not to get rejected. But after training started, I slowly got to know what exactly RDC was and, the value it holds in an NCC cadet's life. So that's when I started getting more serious about it. And I think as a JW and an SW, my events were more or less the same. I was a best cadet both as a JW and both as an SW. As a JW in RDC 2020, I stood as the 4th best cadet. And as 2023, as an SW, I stood as the AIBC. And my main reason for doing RDC the second time was because when I was a JW, I went till Delhi, so I obviously saw everything there. I experienced how my competitors were. And there was always something in me that, maybe I could have done better. I wanted to give it another shot to check myself and to prove myself once again. And I think, to do anything, there are always 2 reasons why one, succeeds in something they're doing. One is your personal motivation, wherein you're doing something for yourself and it's your inner interest. But the second reason is, it's extrinsic from someone. Because someone put their trust in you, or you want to prove yourself to someone. You want to make sure that the belief someone put in you is not gone into waste. I think the 2 reasons together, when they're perfectly balanced, that's when you'll be able to finish doing what you started. And for me, when I was a JW, my training officers, my training ANO and my group training officer then, I think they were more like my mentors, both of them. So I wanted to make sure that I join NCC again and, prove it to them that they weren't wrong in guiding me the way they guided me. And I wanted to prove it to them that I can do it. And when I was an SW, our training officer then, our OIC BC for RDC preparation during our pre-RDCs, he was another source of motivation for us. So I think all of them together, both outside factors, the extrinsic factors and the intrinsic factors, when you balance them out together, you find the perfect motivation and inspiration for you to finish what you start doing and succeed in it.
RDC camp में बहुत time spend किया है. And do you feel like there's some kind of different treatment that SDs and SWs get? ऐसा कुछ discrimination होता है या do you feel like everything is equal?
Discrimination तो नहीं बोल सकते हो. I remember I mentioned, I think a similar question was asked to me when my DG interview was taking place.
Okay.
So ऐसे question पूछा था कि do you think there's any discrimination between boys and girls in NCC? So I remember I raised this point there that जब भी camps के vacancies आते हैं outside, other than RDC for mountaineering or trekking, I raised this point that, sir, मेरे unit में जब भी आते हैं, I hear that most of the vacancies are given to the SDs.
Okay.
So that's when, the reply which I got, the answer I got from the DG sir, was that it's not that we are not giving vacancies to the SWs, but equal vacancies निकलते हैं दोनों के लिए and they're distributed all throughout India. So हमारे unit तक, हमारे group तक आते time पे which vacancy we're getting, we're not sure. And if you mention in RDC, I think one unfair advantage for the SDs would be that they have access to the canteen throughout the day. हम SWs को if we want to go, we have to take permission and then go out of our SW area. So that's the only thing. But other than that, I think it's quite equal for everyone.
Ma'am, you were also awarded with the Honorable Prime Minister's Baton and Honorable Prime Minister's Medal in 2023. Could you just share your experience?
To sum up this feeling, I would like to tell a modified dialogue. हारने का डर और जीतने की उम्मीद. इन दोनों के बीच का जो टाइम है ना, that is the practice for PM rally.
Wow.
You know, because you start, you know, the list was released on 23rd, and the same evening itself we started our practice. Every practice we're given the baton in your hand. From the second practice you're given the baton in your hand, but they take it back. So that feeling is very, ऐसे हाथ में लेके छीन लिया वाला फीलिंग आ जाता है. You're given it and it's taken back कि मेन दिन पे मिलेगा तुम लोगों को. And you know, another good thing was that our PM rally in my year, it happened in the evening. So जब चलना शुरू करते हैं, so it was basically we walk straight and stage के सामने we take a turn. So the second we take a turn, there is flashlight and a spotlight on our face. So the first time we were practicing in the evening. ऐसे हम turn लिए थे and all of us were very tired that day. We've been practicing since morning and we were all very tired, all the 9 of us. The second we took a turn, we had spotlight on our faces and commentary started saying that all India best cadet and all, reading out our names and our directorate names. And that's it. All of us had a sudden boost of energy. No matter how tired we were, we again started doing drill with full josh. And I think that was one of the only times जहाँ पे drill करने में मेरे को मजा आया था. Otherwise, I have never been a huge fan of drill. I would, prefer all the other BC events instead of drill if I was given a chance. But that was only one time in, entire journey of my NCC where I enjoyed doing drill.
So it was really one of a kind of an experience.
Yes.
Okay, could you just tell us like आपका favorite moment या आपका best moment क्या था RDC में से?
See, RDC, you're spending 1 month there, so there'll obviously be a lot of memories. And I think one specific memory which I really enjoy is that when we were in pre-RDC, our OIC BC, sir used to conduct PT and drill training for us early in the morning every day, only for the BCs. So we had to gather around in the shed area in BTG at 6 o'clock. And the thing with our sir was, if we're having a fall-in at 6, sir would be there 5 minutes early. And at times even 10 minutes early. So every morning we used to run around from our tents to the shed area in BTG.
Yeah.
So it became a routine, and we were so involved in running there every morning that even when we went to Delhi, the first day we had a written exam. So one night before the written exam, most of us are studying, sleeping alternately. So every morning we had a 6 o'clock alarm set in our phone to repeat every day, because we didn't want to miss and get punishment from our sir, obviously. So 6 o'clock on the first day in Delhi, my alarm is ringing off, and we have bunker beds in Delhi, so I was on the top area.
Okay.
And I remember 6 o'clock, my alarm is ringing, and I started running from there. I go to the end of the bed and I'm shouting to my Air Force Corps Best Cadet, DSW, that chal nikal, sir aa jayenge, we're late for a fall-in. And then everybody in our tents, in our room started laughing, and they were telling us, bhai, so jao tum dono, you have an exam, you don't have training anymore, you don't have your drill test today. So that was one thing which was very funny for us.
भाई EP के जरिए आप UK भी गए थे. Like, could you just tell us a bit more आपका उधर experience कैसा था, and what all activities are really conducted जब आप UK जाते हो या when a cadet goes to another country?
So basically, YP selections here happen along with the best cadet selections. So if any cadet from the culturals or drill is also interested, they go through the same set of selections with us.
Okay.
So selections के बाद delegation का list जब आता है, the activities that will be conducted in the delegation will be decided by the host country. So when we're going to UK, the activities that we'll be following there, our daily schedule and plan is scheduled by them.
Okay.
So for us in UK, we had more of a combined activities conducted where we were given enough time for sightseeing and showing us around the place, and at the same time we got to interact with their cadets and take a look at how their camp is. So we got to experience their training where we were taken for field training along with their cadets. We practiced how to form an ambush and attack. We got to fire with their weapons, though they were blank rounds, but we were given the experience to look at their campsite, experience their level of training. And then that gave us a nice idea how to compare what we are doing and what they are doing. And I think back when we look at our UK co-cadets who were there with us training, with whom we were training, they were all kids basically. So their cadet training organization was for a younger age group when compared to us. So it was a very good experience interacting with them, getting to know about their organization, telling them what our NCC is like. So it was a very good experience.
Ma'am, you have spent a lot of time in the YEP delegation in UK. What were your best takes from this?
I think one of the best moments after going there was because we went around the time of our Indian Independence Day, August 15. So we got to visit the India House London and spend time there and celebrate our Independence Day in a foreign country. So when we went there, we could see Indians all around London from different spheres of life gathering there to celebrate this one day which is special for each and every Indian. So it was very special because we were there in our uniforms, and from everywhere people were coming up to us, they wanted to talk to us, they wanted to click pictures with us. It felt really good to meet our people in a different country.
How did you manage your academics alongside with NCC?
Well, I was clear that when I was joining in my 11th and 12th again, I promised my parents that I would not let it affect my marks. So I knew that my 12th was when my camps would be starting. So I made sure that I was prepared from the start. Ki my 11th se hi I start my preparation early.
Okay.
And I was more of involved into my studies since the start of 11th, so that I'm not missing out on anything. And I'll also have to thank my school for this, Delhi Public School Nacharam, and my teachers, and also my principal ma'am, exactly, my principal, vice principal there, because they made sure that my board practicals were rescheduled, so that because when my practicals were starting in school, I was in Delhi. So they made sure that my practicals were rescheduled so that I can come back and attend my practicals. Or else I would have to repeat my year again, in fact. And my teachers were also equally willing, so that when I came back, 1 month I came back, I sat with them in the evening after their teaching hours, so that they could explain me the topics again. And because it was my choice to join NCC, I'll have to balance them myself. So it happened naturally once that happened.
What kind of advice would you give to your upcoming aspirants or upcoming cadets who want to join NCC?
The first thing is that have your goals clear in mind, and be confident in whatever you do. As I mentioned earlier, confidence is the key to everything. And the second thing is that the journey and the people you meet through your journey are more important than what you're finally, whether you're arriving at your destination or no. Try to enjoy the journey as much as possible, because these will be the memories that you'll cherish throughout your life. So don't bother much about the end result from the start. Live the moment, enjoy your journey, and hard work never goes in vain. So it will always come back to you.
Ma'am, while you were a part of YP delegation in UK, what influence did you have on the delegation that was there, and what influence did they have on you? ऐसा कुछ incidents हुए थे?
First of all, what influence did that delegation have on me? जाने से पहले we were given so much of briefing about table manners कि वापस आने के बाद भी still now I'm still used to eating with a spoon and a fork. मैं बैठ के बिरयानी खा रही होती हूँ and I'm still eating with a spoon and a fork. So whenever I'm eating out with my friends, I'm always teased about it right now. कि ये तो बदल गई पूरी की पूरी. And if you talk about the influence we had on them, so हर Indian का एक रहता है कि wherever you go, you like to teach them a Bollywood dance step or something in Hindi you have to teach them. वरना ऐसा वो trip पूरा it's not complete. That trip is not complete without this. So when we were there, as I mentioned earlier, they were all young kids, 15 to 16 years of age. So we started teaching them little phrases in Hindi, and we all used to speak among ourselves in Hindi itself. So they used to pick up phrases from there also. So we had this very common habit of saying chalo 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 bhai. So by the end of our journey, they were escorting us throughout the street market in Scotland, and it came to a point where when they wanted to call us, they would not tell come on guys or something. They would start oh bhai chalo. So they would drag it, and it was so funny to hear them say, and it felt so good to listen to them say Hindi in front of us. So we got them used to that, and we made them listen and dance on Bollywood songs along with us.
Oh bhai Mancharo.
Tata.
The pleasure's all mine. Thank you and your entire team for having me here.
Your story has truly been limitless, and you are limitless. Thank you everyone for watching us. Thank you for giving us your time. Jai Hind.